HCAM programming is supported by viewers like you. Thank you.
And by Angel's Garden Center, growing in Hopkinton since 1957.
And by Hopkinton Drug, an integrative pharmacy and community partner since 1954, providing customized compounded medication in their on-site lab, nutritional supplements, and a knowledgeable staff. Hopkinton Drug, believing food, exercise, and community, along with an integrative approach to medicine, can help you achieve your wellness.
This is HCAM.
Hello, and welcome to Hopkinton Weekly, the HCAM series helping to keep us connected, where we are live most Wednesday evenings at 7 o'clock. Thank you for joining us for Hopkinton updates, conversations, and interviews with those who help make our town the great place it is. And you know, that's all of us. Tonight, I am happy to have our police chief here in the studio to talk about what's new, and then later we'll bring you a segment produced by our production coordinator, Ashley, who visited a recent flu clinic at the Senior Center. Before that, welcome to Hopkinton Weekly, Chief Bennett. It's great to see you here in the studio.
Great to be here, Jim.
Thank
Finally,
you.
back
I
in
know.
person.
We've done a lot on Zoom, so it's really awesome that you're able to be here.
Yeah, very happy to be here.
So first off, welcome. And I know we have several things to talk about.
Sure.
So I'm interested in how things have been going at Station, but right now we know Halloween is coming up this weekend. So why don't we get some information out and talk about that first?
Sure. There's a lot of events that'll happen over the weekend, parties. The children will be out. I guess we're going to have some good weather, so it's going to be a fantastic weekend around the community.
And what day is trick or treat?
Monday.
Okay, so until 31st Monday. Okay.
So
What does that day look like for the police department?
it's a very fun day for us. The officers go out and engage the community. And, they'll have candy with them, so if you want to approach them, please do. And we always give out candy and get a lot of visitors to the station. And some of the officers came up with another idea. They're going to actually decorate a cruiser, the inside of a cruiser, with some, if they can get the stuff in time. That they just came up with that idea today. So
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Now, do you have, like, I don't know, extra patrols? Are you, like, driving all around, watching various neighborhoods, keeping an eye, make sure people are safe crossing the street? Or is it more like, you know, you're aware of the holiday, but it's a regular day at work?
No, as part of our patrol patterns, we spread out. So each officer has a section, and each officer will spend time in the neighborhoods and look for the most activity and then focus on that. So they won't be driving up and down the main roads or down on Cedar Street. They'll be in the community trying to engage and keep it safe for everyone.
That's excellent. Now, I know you brought the flyer here.
Sure.
And what's the information on that?
So Saturday evening, 5 to 8, at the Hopkinton Center for the Arts on Hayden Row, in partnership with the Hopkinton Community Partnership, they're going to have a trunk or treat and monster mash. So that's going to be busy.
Yeah.
I know from other communities that have had them, the turnout is large. So we're gearing up for that, and we'll have some presence there in support of it, and it's going to be fun.
You know, that's a really new thing. You don't know trunk or treats when I was a kid.
I think it's a product of COVID.
Do you? Yeah, okay, yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it's a great idea because you get a lot of people together, and it makes it much more of a fun party atmosphere rather than just wandering around your neighborhoods, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we know that there's certain neighborhoods that trick-or-treaters come from all over to go to. You know, they want kind of a dense neighborhood where they can go to a lot of houses, and they know which houses give out the best candy.
Yes. Oh, our neighborhood always had one person who gave out the full-size candy bars.
Yeah.
Always
That's
favorite.
excellent.
Now, do you have any advice for residents as, you know, like watching for people or driving around?
Sure, absolutely. So if you begin by thinking of the trick-or-treaters, that's who we really want to protect. And unfortunately, trick-or-treaters do get hit. The likelihood of being hit on the roadway is higher than any other day in the year. We know that statistically because there's never that much pedestrian traffic on any other day, right?
Yeah.
What we want to do is we want our children that are out trick-or-treating to dress in bright clothing if possible. Keep their phone down. Don't be distracted. Don't sprint. Don't run across the streets. Look both ways. Make sure that you take your candy home and inspect it in the light before you start eating it, unless it's from a trusted source. You know, it's about them watching out for themselves and us watching out for them. So as motorists, we need to be extra careful. I mean, speed is everything to reaction time. So if we all travel slower as we go places this weekend, it gives us more reaction time because the children are excited, you know, and they're not thinking.
Right.
And so a little extra reaction time, a little more time to get to the brake and for the car to stop or turn or maneuver, it's important.
I also think it's important for the drivers because, you know, it's like really cool seeing all these costumes out there. And I'm sure people like looking, and the slower you're going, the easier it is for you to like take a quick glance and not get yourself in trouble.
Enjoy. And be patient if someone is driving slow in front of you. I know a lot of people want to get home from work to go out and their children trick or treat, or whoever they're going with.
Yeah.
But you got to get there safe.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
You know, it's like patience is so important in today's world. So many people are impatient and they get frustrated and make really bad decisions when they are that frustrated. So taking patience is really important.
It really is. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, treat people decently.
Yeah.
Give the person a little space to drive.
Right. Right. So what are you dressing up for Halloween?
I haven't decided yet, but I was told by my granddaughter that I have to. So I'm in a hurry mode to do something.
How old's your granddaughter?
So I have 2, 9 and 6, and then 2 little babies from my daughter and my son. So I have 4 total.
Great time of life. That's so cool.
It's amazing.
I mean, you could actually say, you know, you have a costume, right?
I could.
But that's cheaping out.
It is. It is.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, so that's Halloween. That's it's going to be fun.
Well, we also want to mention the fact that the DEA has put out a bulletin on fake pills and highly brightly colored pills.
Okay.
Today I released an announcement with a link to go to it, and you can find that on hopkintonpdnews.com. But it's a troubling trend that it's almost as if they're marketing to children. It's very powerful fentanyl. We all know the impact that fentanyl has had on our country.
Yeah.
And the enormous number of deaths associated with it. So their DEA has a campaign, One Pill Can Kill. And they want to really make everybody aware. When you go onto the site and you see the colorings of these pills, it's troubling.
They look like candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then the second part of that is that people need to know that almost all drugs have fentanyl in them now, illegal drugs. And so whatever the drug the person may be consuming is going to have fentanyl in it.
Right.
And it's so dangerous.
Yes.
So,
now, I'm not asking this to minimize that concern, but I'm just curious, in our community, have you encountered these colorful pills yet?
no,
Okay.
we haven't. But, you know, Hopkinton's a wonderful community, but we're not immune from...
Exactly, right? And that's why I say, you know, just because we haven't doesn't mean it's not going to happen, and it could even happen this weekend.
Let's hope
So,
not. Let's
yeah.
hope not.
Okay.
Not if my people have anything to say about it.
There you go. Okay. All right. So, in addition, like this season also has a lot of other things going on too. Diwali is happening on right now.
Absolutely.
Tell me about your involvement with that.
So I've been fortunate to become friends with some families in town that are celebrating this weekend. And I was welcomed last year, and just the graciousness that they showed me, and the hospitality. The performances were amazing. The music was amazing. The colors were vibrant and brilliant. And the people were just so nice. So I'm really looking forward to going to that. We have had great interactions with our officers going to some of these neighborhood events. And if you want us to be there, just call. We'll come by. So we're really looking to engage the community, get back into the community, coming off of the heels of COVID. And a lot of the people want to meet these new officers, and we want to give them that opportunity because they're great people.
Yes. And I heard you get the invite for this weekend, too.
I did. I'm very excited.
That's excellent. That's awesome. All right. So now I'm kind of interested because we haven't chatted for a little while.
Yeah.
What's happening across the street down at the police station?
Sure.
What's new? What have you been doing?
Yep. So most recently today, I had an excellent meeting with a bunch of my staff members on social media. So as I said, we're looking to re-engage the community, and it's important for us to amp up our presence on social media. So I had gathered them together, and they had so many great ideas. So you're going to see campaigns that different events happening each week. For instance, one of them, and I'm nervous and I forgot the title of it, but one of the officers came up with an idea that on Tuesdays, we're going to solicit questions throughout the week, and then on Tuesdays we'll respond to them.
Okay.
So we'll pick a topic and
Yeah.
respond to it. You know, why do you do X?
Okay.
To help the community better understand our work and what we do. There's another campaign we want to do to introduce the officers more as a person. We call that humanizing the badge, because we are. We all go home. We all go home. We
Yeah.
all don't sit like this all day. And,
Yeah.
and we're people.
You know, I just want to say how important that is because, you know what, I used to be a teenager. I used to be an early 20-year-old, and it was scary, right? Because the police officers are there, and you are the arm of the law, right? And you know what? The older I get, it's like you're people. You know, you're people, and your job is working in our community to help keep our community safe. And, you know, but you're people. You know, you see a lot of when 9/11 happened, when January 6th happened. I mean, you know, it can be the worst stress that you can be under. So always got to remember that everybody are people.
That's right. And just think, and speaking of COVID, just think what they did. When we were all afraid to touch our vegetables or our mail, they were out on the street. They were in their fleet vehicles. They were going to calls.
Right. I did
very
think about
courageous,
that.
very
I was in my
courageous.
basement, you know, doing TV shows live
Right.
every day, but you were out on the streets.
It's all them, bud. It's all them.
Yeah.
So you know that takes a toll, and the job can take a toll on people. So we got to take care of our officers and our public safety and first responders and each other.
So now I'm going to put you on the spot now because
Okay.
this conversation just led me into this. I'm not looking for like, oh yeah, I'm going to policy Apple or anything like that. But like, what do you see in our community that is an affirmation for the job that you and your troopers do?
So one of the most common things is you may go into a restaurant and get a coffee and be sitting there, and by the time you leave, someone's paid for it anonymously.
Okay.
Now we can't take a lot of gifts, but there's nothing you can do at that point. So the $2 coffee.
Yeah.
Goods come in the front door of the station all the time. The Chamber of Commerce is recognizing First Responder Week on Friday, and they're bringing breakfast to all the police, fire, and DPW. When we have events, the turnout, you see the turnout is usually very good.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of letters of thanks and emails from simple encounters with the officers that they were impressed at how well the officer handled themselves. So it's a constant stream.
That's good. That's really because it's important. Are you able to post like those, you know, cards and letters and notes so that other people can see that, or do you have to keep them private?
Something to think about. I'll bring it to the team.
Yeah. Maybe social media.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Bring it to the team and see what
So
they
you mentioned social media, so I got to ask, do you guys have a TikTok?
So we're going to stay. We voted today. They decided to stay away from TikTok.
Okay.
So we have Facebook and Instagram. Facebook is going to be our primary. We have a Twitter. It's less active and doesn't have very many followers. So we're going to focus in the short term on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. All right. So are you, do you have your finger on the pulse of where, you know, high schoolers and teenagers are? Because
No,
when I
I
talk to
don't.
them, I cannot believe how many of them are like Facebook, Instagram is where I'm at. So it's
Right.
great that you have that covered because
Yeah,
you're reaching.
Exactly, and the team recognizes that we're going to use different messaging on the two different platforms to be age appropriate. You know?
Yeah.
So that's for sure. You know, but TikTok would be.
I
this-
don't, man.
a lot
I
of-
can't get into TikTok. I know I'm sounding old, but it's
Yeah.
it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
I always say one of the best uses of the internet are the collected wit and wisdom of people, because altogether we are hilarious.
We are.
Which is probably not what you're going for. Hilarity.
Well, again, showing the humanity of the.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really funny police officers. I was at a conference with some speakers from the Evansville Police Department in Indiana, and there was one deputy chief. Oh, he goes into the crowd, he dances, he picks up the mic and starts singing. He's just a riot. He makes little short clips. So there's a place for it.
Yeah.
It's just understanding the boundary.
Right, right. Now, was that all about social media where you were
It
learning
was.
about that?
Yeah, it was. A great bunch of takeaways. And even more than that, when we reconvened today for our second meeting with the social media team, they brought in so many ideas. They had PowerPoints. They had researched, and it was very exciting. It was very exciting. A lot of good energy around the station.
Wow. So, just pointing out, just wondering, are your members of your team who are working on this, are they in their early 20s?
Oh, yeah.
They're young? So.
I mean, we have some of the more seniors, the sergeants are on the team, and senior officers, but there are definitely very young officers, which we need.
Yes.
You know.
I know, I don't even know how people do it. I don't know. I wish I spent that much time on Facebook so that I could take it back and, do other things, because there's not enough time in the day. So, can you share anything? You're looking to focus on your Facebook and Instagram, right? What can you share any plans or a recent thing that you're proud of or you like?
Sure. One of the posts that we were proud of was a post in support of Molly McGaffigan, who recently graduated from the State Police Academy. We're all very proud of her, and that actually happened because members of the HPD went to the graduation and wanted to celebrate Molly's graduation. So we all know how much the community liked and loved Molly. And
Yes.
she's deeply missed, but we're proud and happy for her.
Right. Now, is she a state trooper now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
I mean, you're an officer in a community,
Right.
So you kind of get to know everybody, and you're part of the fabric of the community. And a state trooper, you could be all over the place. And I think it's a very, very different dynamic.
I would imagine it is.
Yeah.
But she'll thrive. She'll thrive whatever she does.
Yeah, she's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So smart.
That's great. What else is happening? How are things in the building? You have any plans? You have anything new technology coming in, or are you you must be planning for next year's budget by now, I would assume.
Oh, the last 3 days, it's all I've been doing is getting ready for the budget. But, the budget cycle, we're getting ready for an all-hands meeting, which is all the senior leaders will present a 2 or 3 minute presentation on their budget. Mr. Kamalo's been bringing the team together to focus on that and what that's going to look like. It seems to have been very well received in the past couple of years, and so that's one thing we're getting ready for.
Yeah.
We're also hiring. If or anybody knows of good police officers or people that want to come work at HPD, let us know. We just hired 2, and we have 2 more in the queue now to hire them. So we'll keep it going.
Right, right. So do you have more openings after the 4 that are recent?
Sure. So the plan was developed in preparation for legacy farms. Studies were done, and a build-out of the department was determined based on the growing population. And what the community has done is grown over time incrementally, instead not hit the community with a big
Yes.
price tag of 6 officers.
Yeah, okay.
So that's been going on, and with great support from the board and everybody. So we have never got to our build-out in staffing.
Okay.
We've been playing catch-up all along. So we're going to keep working. That's the goal, is to build it out, and we're really excited to do it. But we're not going to compromise.
Yeah.
We're not just going to bring someone in to have a number We want good quality people
Right.
with commitment to the community.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes me think, how has it been for Hopkinton's Big Dig outside? Oh my God, I've never seen more people working out there.
Yeah, so it's a long project.
Yes,
It is.
yeah.
And people have been very patient, and we're going to ask for continued patience as we move through it.
You know, I mean, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? I mean, sometimes I've been in that traffic for 25 minutes before it moves, right? And then you get there and you see the road is gone. They dug down like 18 inches. I mean, you know, it's like.
And there are certain areas that is just too narrow to really do much with.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you put a piece of machinery on it. You know,
Yeah.
That's why the detour downtown is often used, just because those trenches are right in the middle of the travel lane.
Yeah.
And we want to keep it safe.
Yeah, I really appreciate when I come up, you know, up the hill, and I have to take a right and go down Pleasant Street. I really like when there's a police officer on Main Street. So when I come back down, you know, you're able to get in and have it not be a solid line.
Yeah.
But it's nutty. I mean, everybody looks so relaxed. They're just like, but oh my gosh, like cars everywhere.
Yeah, it's a big project.
It really is.
And, you know, another thing I'd like to give credit to is when we detoured down Pleasant Street and we tripled the volume, the residents I'm not getting complaints. If they are complaining, I'm not seeing them. And I think that's very commendable on their part. You know,
Yeah.
that you know, they understand.
Right, right. And I haven't seen any, but I mean, have there been any like big problems? Have there been any like accidents or everything?
No, in the
going
beginning
all
we
right?
hit some pipes in the beginning.
Okay.
But I think they kind of figured out where they all are now.
Yeah.
And
Did Eric Hardy find any more wooden pipes under Main Street? I haven't heard.
no, not that I've heard. Not any new ones.
That was amazing.
But yeah, it's I'm grateful to all the people that come and help us from out of town as well.
Yeah.
Because most of the people on Main Street are from out of town. We have more details than we have police officers.
Yeah.
So every day.
Yeah.
And you know,
Wow.
most people don't want to work overtime every day.
Yes. Exactly.
So,
yeah. Exactly.
Well, it's not overtime. The town isn't paying for that.
Right. Right.
I want to be clear. The town is not paying for those details.
Okay. So we've just got a couple minutes left, and I'd
Okay.
like to hit on a topic that has recently come up in my family, so it's near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
So you have kids, and your kids grow up, and they become adults, and then they move away. Perhaps they're not married, perhaps they're single, they're living alone, and they're you know, an hour, 2 hours away. What happens if something happens? If there's an accident, or you know, they're unconscious, and how could the first responders and you know the authorities find family members to help them out?
Sure. Probably the best thing we all have devices. We all carry phones with
Yep.
us. You know if there's a person, there's going to be a phone. And probably the best thing you can do is to put emergency contact information into your phone. Both Apple and Samsung will let you in to your contacts in your phone. So you could establish an in case of emergency contact.
Okay.
And it would call the person that you would want notified, whether it's a parent, a sibling, or just
Also, I do know you can always swipe up, and you can always call 911, even on a locked phone. So if you designate, and in case of emergency, that can also be accessible there.
Yes.
So they can. That's an important thing,
Yeah,
you know,
I think
especially
so.
when you're a worrier.
yeah, we all have those in our lives, right?
I know, and it always seems like one person is a worrier and one person is not. So that's difficult.
It's great.
All right. So, what are you doing for the change of seasons as we get into winter? Right. We have to worry about snow and ice. We have to worry about holidays coming up. Do you prep your officers or plan for anything, or what do you do?
Sure. So we, get the snow brushes out,
Okay.
get all the shovels out around the station. The cars are all-wheel drive, so they do really well, so we don't have to put chains on them anymore. We use the low-temperature windshield washer fluid. And you know, they're pretty good at going out into the elements and working. But it is worth noting that citizens and even I have to make sure my car is ready. You know, you should always have check your tires now. You don't want to be going to buy tires after the first snowfall.
Yeah.
And sitting there for 6 hours, and or after unfortunately you've had an accident. So check your tires, check your wiper blades, go through your car, get it ready for the winter.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Did you see recently there was that, like, the highway was shut down for days and people were on the highway for days? So now I have to carry food in my car.
Definitely. Why not anyways, right? You never
know
know
what?
when hunger happens.
Right. You know, even if I don't get in an accident, if, like, you know.
Yeah, we all should have a jacket, a good pair of shoes,
Yeah.
some water. I mean, it's just basic essentials.
It's part of being a hardy New Englander.
That's right.
That's what I think.
That's right. If you have to go to the store to buy batteries before a storm, you failed.
Exactly. My dad would be embarrassed. Chief, it's great to have you here
Oh,
again.
to be in person,
Yeah.
thanks for having me, really.
All
I
right.
really enjoyed
We'll
it.
have you back soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, as promised, our next segment this week was produced by Ashley, our production coordinator. She's producing a new HCAM series called Discover Hopkinton, where she takes her camera out to interesting sites and events around town. This week, she went to a flu clinic at the senior center. I hope that you enjoy this segment and look for and check out other episodes of Discover Hopkinton. After that, stay tuned for our debut slot, which is the slot that we always put out brand new programming. And this week, we're bringing you the latest Hopkinton Women's Club presentation. This one was on climate change. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
This is Discover Hopkinton, the original HCAM series where we bring our cameras out to the events and activities happening in our community. We hope you enjoy this episode. Check out more entries in the series and keep us informed about other Hopkinton happenings as we discover Hopkinton.
Yeah, and we're getting our flu shot so that we stay healthy all winter. That's the idea? Yeah, you feeling brave? You feeling good?
Yeah.
All right, so it's pretty easy, isn't it? We just roll up your sleeve, we clean your arm, and then it is as easy as counting to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh, you are all done. How was that?
Great.
Yes, all right, I need a high five. Yes. Well, hello there. I'm Simone Carter. I am the public health nurse for Hopkinton. And today we are having, I guess, our 5th so far clinic for flu and the new COVID booster. We have a big push to try and get everybody vaccinated so that our winter goes smoothly. Our goal here is to keep folks as healthy as we can. And if for some reason they pick up flu or COVID, if they have had the shot, it's likely they won't have to go to the hospital. So we have a nice little clinic running here from 10 to 12 today. And we'll have another flu clinic on Tuesday in the evening to help catch our school folks and after work folks. And then going forward, I think we'll be out of flu mainly as far as our supplies, but we will be able to continue to get the new COVID booster shot for as long as folks need it. And they can also get their primary series, their first doses with us too. So just reach out to the health department. We are happy to help. So today we had slots for 50 appointments, about 25 an hour. Some of those folks got multiple shots. Many did, so lots of people got flu and COVID. That's perfectly fine to do one-stop shopping. And so I would guess that we will give probably just over 100 shots today. To stay safe from flu, so your first line of defense is, of course, prevention, so go out and get your flu shot. And then clearly, if you're going to be out and about, if you're feeling off or sick, stay home and until you're feeling better so that you don't accidentally spread a cold or a flu. And if you do get the flu, make sure that, again, you stay home, follow up with your doctor, get plenty of fluids and rest. And if you have given yourself that extra boost with the flu vaccine, then it should be relatively mild and easy, 2 or 3 days and you should be all back to normal again. There are options of Tamiflu and a couple of other antivirals. You would need to speak to your physician to get those medications, but that is for sure an option as well.
Why was it important that we got a flu shot, Harris?
I see that.
I see that. We got a flu shot because we want to be healthy and we want to keep our family healthy, right?
You know, good hand washing, being aware of your surroundings, and just kind of take each day as it comes. And we're going to have a great winter.